everybody. I've just written on the live chat that I think I'm organised today. So if anything's guaranteed to make you disorganised, yeah, come out a little bit, please, if you would.
Earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, we brought it in. Now we need to go out. Hello, everybody that's here bright and early. And I know for some of you it really is bright and early. We're hoping that as we get more into spring and summer, that we can actually move the time of these lives to something that's going to be a bit easier for some of you. I appreciate for people like Kerry in Australia, that's not going to be a good thing, but we'll see how we go anyway. At the moment, it's still dark here, about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I'm happy to do it at 2. Anyway, we're back again with our January daily, which I must say I am really enjoying. I hope you are too. I'm loving seeing the pictures of what you've achieved on the Facebook group. It's fabulous. And because every page is different, we're not getting bogged down. You know, it's not another day of botanicals. Not that I ever think that, but, every day is a different day. So, hiya Helen, I just saw you pop on there. Happy birthday, my love.
Happy birthday.
I hope you have a really good day.
And cake.
And cake, yeah, and cake. So anyway, this is what we've been doing. For those of you that are new to my channel, that haven't got a clue what I'm on about, we've decided, I decided really, I suppose, to do a January daily, which is making a page for our book, our altered book, every day of January. And what we're going to be left with at the end is something that I think we can draw on in the future. You know, when you're doing a journal and what am I going to do for this spread? Have a look through this. There'll be some ideas in it for you. I see another lady on YouTube, a well-established lady called Dee Farago, is doing, I forget what she calls it now, big, massive tome of ideas, something like that. I saw that Julie from Camellia Crafts, Shaz, happy birthday! Happy birthday, my love. I hope you have a lovely, lovely day.
Happy birthday to you.
Mr. F singing. Dee Farago, she's doing this every day. She's doing another idea of something to put into kind of an ideas journal, really. And I think that this is similar, although I haven't called it anything like the fantastically large tome of ideas. It's just January daily. So let's see where we've got to for those of us that are new or been missing a couple of days. January the 1st, shabby chic, you can't go wrong, and a couple of New Year's greetings then, some little stamps and tags and the like. Then we moved on to the 2nd, which was the mushroom and toadstool page with a little pocket in there. And the idea is that every Tuesday I do a thing called Take 5, where I give you 5 prompts. And usually I tell you what I want you to make, a journaling card, tag, pocket, envelope, whatever. And then you can post them on the group. And I get my X-ray specs on to make sure that you have actually included all the things that I asked you to. And people were asking where could they keep them? How could they keep them? And I think this is probably a nice idea. And case in point is this one, where we made... I made a monstrous envelope, actually, big enough to keep my green theme Take 5 in. So that fits into our page there, which was the 3rd of January. So that's kind of the idea. You'll have some ideas for page layouts, and you'll also have somewhere to keep your Take 5s as we progress. Then this was the 4th, which was this acetate window, which some of you really, honestly, you just taken the idea and run with it. It's fabulous, but not quite as fabulous as some of the corset ideas that you've had. Just amazing. That's all I can say. They're just amazing. And that was the 5th. Then yesterday we did a tummy tuck. That's a belly band to people, the uninitiated. We call them tummy tucks. And here we've ended up with kind of 2 tummy tucks. We've got this one, which goes horizontally, and that little tab fits in there. And this one that goes vertically. And there's nothing behind that yet, because we can get something in from our take 5. And it's got the numeral 6 here and a little cluster there, really. No more than that. Which brings us on to Bobby. Please, I don't want to shout above you.
Come on.
He's a naughty boy. Onto this page. Now, you have seen me cut the pages out often enough, I think. So all I've done for this one is I've cut the base sheet, same size as we always make it, just to fit onto that page. And what I've also done is I've cut a piece of paper, it's about 2/3, I guess, and just a little bit in. And this is going to be a pocket, because don't forget, we want it to store our take 5 things in. So we need pockets or tucks or something on the page for that. So that's that. I'm going to close this up for the time being, because it's messy play today. So put your aprons and your gloves on. And I'm going to get my glass board out. And make a start. Now there's going to be some drying today, so I'm sorry about that, but I do have, look what I have, my new tool. I went black, Shaz. It just arrived today, so I haven't tried it out yet. Well, I tried it to make sure it worked before I chucked the box out. So I'm going to be using that today. But the first thing we need to do is take our paper. Now this could be any paper. It could be lined, it could be coffee stained, it could be any colour that you like. And in fact, with a colour, it would be really, really nice. But I'm just using white because that's kind of what came to hand. And I'm going to be using my gesso. I've got a big pot of gesso, and it's expensive stuff. It's golden. You don't need this expense. Go to the Works. Well, we can't go anywhere at the moment, but the Works here in England in the UK is a good place to get stuff from. Right, I'm just trying to work out what's the best way to do this. I'm just going to take a piece of cling film, saran wrap, call it what you will, first sized piece, and just crumple it up a little bit so it's got a bit of texture on it. And then I'm just going to take my gesso. I'm taking mine from the lid because there is some in there. If not, you might want to put some out on your board and just pick this up. You can do this with a sponge if you want. I did bring a sponge in to do it, but I think this will work just as well. So you only need to do one side is the thing, because it's going to go onto get stuck onto the book. You don't want to cover this in its entirety. You want some of the bare paper showing through. And those of you that have been following me for a while will have seen this very similar technique to this done before. But you seem to like it then, so hopefully you'll like it today. So it's really quite a thin coat that you're just sponging on. And as I say, you're leaving some parts with no gesso on, and that will give you a slightly different colour to the next layer that we add.
Violet wanted to know if you could do this with Mod Podge.
No. Not this particular. Well, I'm saying no. I don't think you can, because it's difficult to get things to stick the next time round, and we're going to put inks and stuff on here. You can try it with Mod Podge, but I don't. White acrylic would work. Any acrylic would work. Chalk paint probably would work, actually.
Well, of course, there's 17 different varieties of Mod Podge, so maybe one of them might. But
yeah, I mean,
normal won't, I don't think.
I don't think it will, because it's too shiny. You won't get the next few coats to adhere. But if you think you will, and I'm not an expert on Mod Podge, I'll tell you that for nothing. I tried it once. I've still got it in the drawer. I really disliked it because I bought the mat. It was really shiny. So it went in the drawer, and it's never seen the light of day since, really. I couldn't get the ink. I wanted to ink around the outside of what it was I'd Mod Podged, and I couldn't get the ink to stick. So, but give it a try, Violet. Give it a try by all means. I mean, at the end of the day, what you're going to lose, really, you know, a little bit of paper and a bit of your time. But right, so there we are. I've got that on. It's just an irregular coating. That's how I'd describe it, an irregular coating. So I'm going to put the lid on that because you know me, it's going to end up spilled somewhere. I'm going to throw my cling film away and, oh look, don't say I'm going to use my dryer with, I'm going to get, oh, I don't want to dirty my dryer up already. I think I'll be alright at that. Right, here we go then. Ooh, it's quiet, isn't it? Don't think it's going to take a lot of drying because, as I say, it's not a thick coating. Oh, it smells like new things. It smells like somebody's just lit a cigarette. Actually, I hope it's not going to explode or something. Yeah, I mean that's pretty dry already, to be honest.
I don't know if heavy gesso would work.
Heavy gesso would work, yeah. I mean, frankly, if your heavy gesso is a bit too thick, water it down. It's all you need to do to it.
Is it like a roll call?
Roll call, yeah.
Ros.
Hiya, Roz. First today, well done.
Terry.
Hiya, Terry.
Kathleen.
Hello, Kathleen.
Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Hilda.
Hello, Hilda.
Donna.
Hello, Donna. Donna who?
Donna, I don't know.
I just didn't think it was Donna Krogan today. I thought it was.
No, it's a different Donna, I think. Donna McGann.
Donna McGann. Hello, Donna. Welcome along.
Birthday girl Shaz.
Hi, Shaz.
Benice.
Hello, Benice.
Jania.
Hello, Janya. Off to foreign climes. Hello, Esther.
Violet.
Hello, Violet.
Connie.
Hello, Gonnie.
Tony.
Hiya, Tony.
Nancy.
Hello, Nancy.
Birthday girl Helen.
Hello, Helen.
Miranda.
Hi, Miranda.
Sharon.
Hello, Sharon.
Flo.
Hiya, Flo.
Carol.
Hello, Carol.
I think that's it, but I could have missed you.
Well, nice to have you all with us. Wow. You don't seem to have tired of this yet, which is brilliant. Right, so for the next layer that we're going to do, I'm going to use some sprays, some distress sprays. Now, if you haven't got these, don't panic. These two are Tim Holtz Distress. This one is a Cosmic Shimmer and it's pearlescent, kind of pinky pearlescent colour. Now, if you haven't got sprays like this, don't worry. Just use your ordinary ink pad like I showed you the other day on the Take 5, I think it was.
Sandra says she missed what the prompt was today.
Decoupage. Decoupage. I didn't go through it today because we chose it yesterday, but you're quite right, I haven't circled it. So let's do that. Decoupage. And it's what date? 7th. 7th already.
Yeah.
Somebody's...
Only 24 to go.
24 to go. Yeah, if you haven't got these sprays, don't worry at all. Just take your ink pad, whatever colour that you want, dab it down onto your surface, and you'll have the same effect. Don't worry. These are possibly more highly pigmented, but apart from that, I think you'll get the same result. So I'm using peeled paint. I don't think you need to shake these, but just in case. And I'm just going to spray some down onto here. And that really is quite highly pigmented. So I'm just going to take some water.
Ellen says it's Tim Holt's birthday today as well.
Is it really? Happy birthday, Timothy. My God, he must be about 50 by now. He's wearing well, but you know what I mean? He's been on the go a long time, hasn't he? I'll just get as much out of that as I can. Right, so what I'm going to do is use a sponge for this section.
Jenny says ink spray going on the Fiona list.
It's fabulous stuff, Janya. It's gorgeous. So I'm just going to pick this up and just pop it onto this gessoed area. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap down here. No, that's not right. That's my page that way, isn't it? So I'm going to leave a bit of a gap down here. So just let it sort of fade out as you come down to the area that you're going to leave. Right, I've got enough ink there for about 600 pages. I've been over generous with my ink, my stain.
Terry wants to know if the sponge is wet.
No, it's not actually.
It's dry.
It's dry. Yeah, okay, you see that? I'll just leave that to dry momentarily while I deal with this bit, which is going to be our pocket. Now then, I want to leave most of that side not green. And actually the gesso isn't really showing up too well with this because the paper was white to start with. But you will see that the parts where the gesso is and the parts where the gesso isn't absorb the dye at a different in a different way. You can see there the dark piece there, that's where there is no gesso, and down here where the gesso is, it's white underneath, so it's shining up the bright green. Here it's just absorbed straight into the paper and it's darker. So, you know, maybe less gesso would have been an idea. I don't know. Like I say, I'm making the mistake, so you don't have to. I really like that. It seems like I'm all right. So there you go. You can see bits where the gesso is, bits where the gesso isn't. I'm going to come back to this one. Just add a little bit more green around this corner up here.
And then it says you're right, it's 50.
50?
Yeah.
I bet he's having a hard time living with that, actually. He's quite sort of, well, I'm not saying vain. Think of another word.
Donna says the tier list is getting bigger every day. And Marcella says she's not buying anything new. Famous last words.
Well, we did say, didn't we, at the start of this, that we would try and use what we had. That hasn't worked for me. I hope it's worked for you. So, yeah, there's my green. That's my green on. Ordinarily, I'd get another piece of paper and put that onto it. But for the sake of this being alive, I'm trying to get to the end of it at some stage today. I'll just wipe that off with my Tim towel. If you've seen Tim demonstrating, I mean on YouTube, I've never seen him in real life, he has a towel, a damp towel, and it seems to be the cleaning up way of choice. Right, okay, so we've got these two here. This is going to be a pocket on top of that. So yeah, we're doing all right, we're okay. Now then, the next colour I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this Cosmic Shimmer Pearlescent one. I've never used it in this way before. This I know you've got to, yeah, it's got plastic beads or ball bearings or something. So I don't really know how this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. Somebody on the group was asking about corner punches. This is my corner punch. I think it's called X-Cut. I think that's what that symbol is. And it, let's cut it out of here. Just goes in, you press it down and you get that. It's only one size. I know a lot of corner trimmers have got square bits and whatever. This does everything that I want it to do. I'm not a great one for rounding corners, to be honest. Right, let's give this a go. Ooh, that is pearlescent. Wow. Right, so is this properly dry? It's got to be properly dry, because if it isn't, the next layer won't work. I think it is, but See where it's come through on the clear paper, it's a completely different colour. I must say this heat gun has got a very strange smell to it, which smells very much like burning. So if everything goes off in a minute, you know what's happened. Right, so let's try this pearlescent. You can choose any colour. I'm using a different sponge. It was part of the same sponge, but it's a sort of cleaner one. So I'm just going to pick up some of that pearlescent. Wow, that's nice. Because we've dried underneath perfectly, it is sort of standing out. But colour-wise, it's not standing out very much. It's nice and glimmery. I'll use this up on this piece here, but I think I'm going to have to go in with the darker pink because that's just not standing out enough for my liking. So I use this one, which is picked raspberry. If you're going to shake them, make sure you've got your lid on, because you definitely don't want this everywhere. I'm not going to dilute that. I'm going to go for it. Yeah, see, that stands out nicely, doesn't it? And we still will get the benefit of the pearlescent because it'll still be there. If you're sponging, it's a good idea to sort of turn your sponge around, or you get like a stamp, which you don't want really. Keep turning it. That's very nice with that green underneath, and the pearlescent is also playing its part. I enjoy doing things like this. I hope you do too. Okay. Lovely. So there we are. There's that one.
Looks very spring meadow.
Looks spring meadow indeed. Get the tin towel out and get this picked up. Right. So the next thing that we want to do is have a drink. Cheers, Shaz. Cheers, Helen. Hope you have a great day.
And Tim.
Oh, and Tim. I doubt he's watching. Do you think he's watching? I doubt it.
Doubt it.
Doubt it.
And he can afford to buy his own cake anyway.
Yeah, he can afford to buy cake for everyone. Right, so from where I'm sitting, I can see that shimmer of the Cosmic Shimmer pearlescent one. So it was worth putting on. I can also see the pink. I can also see the green. You could go heavier with yours, choose different colours completely, you know, whatever floats your boat. The gesso in this instance isn't showing up really quite as well as it would have done if I'd used coffee stained paper or a darker paper. You'll have to experiment with yours and see the different results that you get. I'm just going to dry this off before we move on to the next exciting section. The next section is choosing our decoupage. So it is exciting. I've selected 3 napkins and I really can't decide between them.
She brought all the kits from that lady, but she can't remember the name. Was it the journal boat?
The journal boat. Yeah, and we know why it's called that now, don't we, Mr. F? Do you want to regale people?
Because she lives on a boat.
She does.
Or a barge, to be more specific.
Yeah, she lives on a narrow boat on a canal. So that's quite interesting in itself. Right, so what I'm going to do is, bearing in mind that this pocket is going to go onto this page, it's the pocket really that's going to have the can't think what I'm trying to say, the most impact. Let's say that. But I do want to fold it down because I do want gussets in it. So it's going to come in about 1/2 inch on each side and the top and the bottom. So there's no point doing your best work over on here. Right, let's have a look at the napkins that I chose. I chose this one, which is, I mean, they're all gorgeous. There's this one, there's this one, and this one. And I love them all. I think this one might be just the patterns. Oh no, maybe not. I was thinking they might be just a bit too big and I might be better off with that one. But I do love this one. I mean, that's nice as well, isn't it? This was the problem I had before we started filming. I just simply couldn't choose. I'm going to go for this one. Right, they're all 3-ply, and that's kind of the norm. That's how they come generally. They have this area around the side that it's where they crimp all 3 layers together. Don't be afraid of that. It doesn't show once you get your glue and stuff on, so don't feel you have to tear around it or anything. The only thing I would say is don't cut out the area that you need, because your eye somehow picks up that edge. Whereas if you tear it, it sort of blends into the background much better. So I want to have this pink one, which is on the edge over here. So I'm just going to tear this out. And it's easier to tear it when you've got all 3 plies together. When you've just got a single ply, it just seems very difficult. You can also, if you want to, use a paintbrush with water on, or a water brush, and go around where you want it to tear and then just tear it off. I never have much luck doing that. I don't know why, it usually tears the wrong bit. So what I don't want here is this straight edge, because if I'm going to put that there, I don't want this straight edge here. So I'm just going to tear into it a little bit. It doesn't have to be much, just make it not straight. I'm just going to leave the foliage that's got to do with our plants, not this purple one on the bottom. That can come in another day. Right, so there's that one. I mean, that's just so pretty, isn't it, even on its own. Yellow, blue. Blue's nice. Yellow's very nice. I'm going to go for the yellow. It is, as Mr. F says, it's very spring-like, so let's go for the yellow. Let's see what that looks like. I don't want that purple one in it. Be gone. Right, so I've got these two. I'll have that quite up close to that edge, bearing in mind that there's 1/2 inch coming off that. And this maybe down here. And something else here. And I'll show you what I'm going to put in these spaces soon. I'm just looking at this little forget-me-not here, and I think that might look quite nice there. The only blues I've got on here are these really big ones, which are a bit too large. I've got the purple that I tore off. That could go there. Yeah, I like that actually. So that'll preserve that other napkin as well. So I'm just going to take the straight edges off here for the reason I've just explained. And up this side, it was obviously on the edge. So I'll just take that off. There we go. Right, so because we've got a bit of an overlap, I'm just going to tear this right down to the edge of the design that I want, like that. And this one there. Yeah, I like that. It's nice. I'll get rid of those little bits. Right, so because it's 3-ply, we need to remove the back 2 layers. And sometimes that can be a bit tricky. Sometimes it's just dead easy, like that. Oh, look at that. Oh, this napkin's really playing ball. So like I say, don't be afraid of the bits on the edge. This was a bit that had that crimping on it, but as soon as you put moisture on it, it just all falls out anyway. So you don't need to worry about it. Right, that's lovely, but what I really want is something behind it. And so what I'm going to use are some stamps. Now these are the stamps I'm going to use. The Tim Holtz Happy Birthday Stampers Anonymous Wildflowers. And I bought them because I thought they were identical to the wildflower dies that I've got. That is not the case. They're very, very similar, but actually they're almost flipped the other way. So that you can't stamp it and then put your die in front of it. That it doesn't work. Which is what I wanted it for. But they are very similar and they're gorgeous anyway. So I'm just going to select a stamp that I like. I quite like this one. It's got a fair bit going on. I quite like that one too. This one possibly, I think. These Stampers Anonymous stamps, I love them. I really do. I think it's Tim Holtz at his best, to be honest. So let's just pop that on there. I haven't used these very often, if I'm honest with you. Bless you, Mr. F.
Thank you.
So the question is, what colour do I want to stamp these in? And I want them to be visible, but I don't want them to be really, really in your face. So I'm thinking that something like Victorian velvet might look quite nice. I've also got that colour I was using the other day, which is this, I can't remember what it's called now, plum something, I can't remember. It doesn't matter what sort of ink you use, just an ink that is that's your colour, that matches in with what you're doing. So I don't think I need to ink all of that. So yeah, I'm going to use the Victorian velvet because it's a sort of, it'll fit into the background. And just to go sort of there. That's fine, it's okay. That's nice actually. So if I put that there, yeah, it's all in keeping. It's amazing. I'm going to use a different stamp.
You really think you knew what you were doing?
I know. Well, I haven't had a practice run at this today, have I? I really haven't.
No.
So I'm going to use my Tim towel to clean my stamp off. There goes the rest onto the floor.
And they know better anyway.
Yeah, they know better than me being organised.
Oh,
so I'm going to use this one, as it's got quite a lot happening. And I'm just going to use the same. You can use different colours ink if you want to. You know, make it your own. And use whatever stamps you've got, I would say. So I'm going to put this one here. And I'm not the world's best stamper, you know that. I'm going to buy a stamp platform. So So there we are. Right, so I'm just going to dry that off, seeing as I have the means to do it. And then put my flowers back on and make sure that I'm happy with it. Yeah, okay, I think that's all right. So let's pop these back on and make sure it looks how we want it to look. This one's coming up there like that, and the purple one at the bottom like that. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I like that. I'm not sure if it wouldn't benefit from a bit more green actually up here. So just before I stick them on and commit to that, I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of green, more green, just a bit. Can't remember which was the green one, this one I think. Just add a bit of interest. It's hard to know where you want these colours to stop and start until you actually, you know, tear them out and see where they are. So yeah, I think that'll be fine. Don't forget that's going to be folded under. I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. Where's this bit? Yeah, I'm quite liking the idea now I've thought about it, of making this the top of the page. So that's going to be the pocket, and then make this part the top of the page so we can have some more decoupage and stamping and stuff up there. Because why would we only want one lot of it when we could have two? So I'm going to go into my green again and stamp sort of lightly up there, just coming up into that section. And I think we'll be able to get stamped and everything else over there. Just a little bit of picked raspberry. Was it you, Bernice, that was saying it was -10 with you? That's blinking cold. I'm kind of feeling my way around this, really. I'm just going to put a little bit up there. Something and nothing really, but it is there. Right, okay, that's great. Just wipe that up. So everything that we've done so far is really, you know, kind of easy to follow, I think, I hope. That's going to go there. Yeah, so up here we want some foliage plants, something pretty that's going to match what we've got down there. Let's put these ones on first and then we'll see what we want. So for my decoupaging, I am using this stuff, which is Winsor & Newton Galleria Matte Medium. And I like it because you can work over the top of it. You can ink around the edges, you can do what you want. It allows you to do anything. Whereas, as I say, with Mod Podge, I didn't get that. It didn't allow me to do that. So I'm just going to take the top off here. Mr. F's going to take the top off because I can't. And get a brush. Oh. Mr. F's got matte medium all over his trousers. You may be not answering your things for a while because he's a bit matte mediumed. Right, I'm using a soft, it's an acrylic brush actually, but it's a fairly soft brush. because this is just tissue paper, you know, it will tear. So I'm going to place that there and get some matte medium on your brush, quite a bit, and start from the centre. This is the important thing with decoupage. Let me move up a bit so you can really see. Start in the centre and work your way up and work your way down. So that's now got that anchored in the middle. And then from the centre, work your way out like that. So you're always going from the centre out. If you start on the edges working in, you'll trap a load of air. And of course you'll have wrinkles because it doesn't have anywhere to go. So always the centre out to the edges. And you should end up with some really fabulous decoupaging, hopefully. Or you'll be shouting at me. But always from the centre out. Don't worry about any bits sticking out over the edge, doesn't matter, we can get those later. And always, if you're going to go in for another little dab, which I know we all do and we shouldn't, make sure you've got product on your brush, because otherwise the brush will catch on it and it'll tear it. So always make sure you've got enough medium on your brush when you feel the urge to go back in. Oh, I've torn mine. You see, you shouldn't go back in. Oh, look at that, trying to show you what to do and I've done it wrong. Never mind, we'll stamp something over there. So now we've got this one. You shouldn't go back in, you know, I keep telling you that, and I tell myself that, but I still do it. So from the edge out, and go gently. Don't do what I've just done. Just gently. It's so easy to think, oh, I just wanted to do that bit and that bit, but don't. So you see, that bit's gone on perfectly because I haven't gone back in and messed around with it. I'll wait till that's dry and I'll go in and I'll effect a repair. And this one now. So I'm not putting any glue down first. Don't do that. Because it sticks the napkin down and it's got nowhere to stretch to. And when you add liquid to paper, it stretches, and napkins are no different, they stretch. So if you don't give them anywhere to stretch to, you'll get wrinkles. I'm thinking this brush or this paper or something isn't liking my decoupage. Right, so let's just dry that and I'll go back in and fix my errors, of which there are many today. I think I've got a lot of things going against me today. I've got very shiny paper. I've got a brush that might be just a titch on the harsh side. Or it just could be one of those days, you know, where you don't want to do decoupage. Not quite dry yet. So if this happens to you, this is what you do. Dry it all off properly. So it's really, really dry. And then find a bit that's going to fit in there, which in my case could be another pink bit. Don't give up at this stage. I know it's kind of easy. I can't do it, oh blah blah. You can. Certain circumstances might work against you, that's all. So I'm going to put that there, and I think that'll look fine. Nobody will be any the wiser. Apart from all of you lot, of course, but you're used to me by now. So there we are. That's just going to go down there. And who's going to know? Whoever is going to know. So get some matte medium I'm going to go gently this time, I can tell you. There we are. So that's down. Stop flapping. Stop it. Okay. Where was the other bit? This purple bit. A bit of something and nothing really. But I'd rather it looked nice. Actually, I've got some pink next to that, which would also look quite nice there. Let's just have a look at that. If I was to put that there, that would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Let's just tear that along there. Thank you, my love. See if I can get this off. So if I was to put that there, it just introduces a little bit of pink there as well, doesn't it? So you know what I mean? This could have been fortuitous. Every cloud and all that. So there we are. Looks like nothing ever happened. So now you know how to fix it when it goes awfully wrong. So there we are. That's the stamps, the decoupage. Yeah, I think I should have done the stamps in a darker colour as well. That would have helped. It's kind of all not going well today. Told you when I'm organised it never goes well. So what I want to do is put some more stamps up here. What shall I use for up there? Let's have a look. That's quite a nice one, that lavender one. It's quite long and tall. That would go there quite well, I think. And what else? Well, that's got quite a lot at the top as well, hasn't it? So, yeah, maybe that. Okay, I'll leave those ones out and let's have a look back to the napkin to see. I want to use the pink and the yellow and the purple again. I don't want to introduce the blue at this stage. I'll use it on a different project, I think. So I'll just tear around the napkin. So don't be afraid, guys. Don't be afraid of decoupage. I'm just having one of those days where, you know, it's not going right, but it generally does. And the big idea is not to put the glue on first. It's no good if you do. Right, so I'm tearing this out. I mean, I hope you find it reassuring to some degree that these faux pas happen to me too. You know, it's not just you. Don't give up. They just happen. So if I've got my stamps there and I've got that pink one there, do I need that? I don't think I do. I just quite like that composition actually. So let me take the backing plies off that. Stamp these on. I'm thinking now, looking at these, that I actually should have stamped them with stays on or a deeper colour. So what I'm going to use is this one, which I think is a permanent one. So I'm going to give that a try. And yeah, you know, it'll be different from the pocket, but when I come to it, if I ever want to copy this page or anything in it, then I will remember about that and think, oh yeah, shouldn't have used that. So there we are. Let's put this on the edge. Wow, that's juicy. It's perhaps a bit too juicy. And this one, and I don't think I really need all of it. So I'm just going to go down to there. Now, where's my pink? Where's my pink thing gone? Hello? Come on, where is it? A pink bit of decoupage I've just torn out.
Is it on paper?
Oh yes, thank you. Oh dear me, it's not easy. It's not easy when you're me. So I want that about there. I'm not going to press down too hard because that other one is like ultra juicy. Yeah, that's fine. Great, 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 great. Put the lid on that. Dry those off because they are wet. I'm thinking this paper, whatever it is I've chosen, has got some coating on it. I don't know whether it's photographic coating or something, but it's even the ink doesn't want to dry on it. There we go, let's give that a whirl. Let's stick this down, see if I can get this on without calamity. Who knows? So no glue, no glue. And then you get your glue, whatever flavour it is that you're using. You start from the centre and go up. And from the centre out. Like that. And try not to fiddle too much because you've seen what happens if you do. From the centre down to the bottom and then from the centre out, like that. See, I should have had a practice piece really, but I'm getting cocky in my old age. That's the problem. Too much cockiness. Now, if you get wrinkles, and I have got, I've got a couple of wrinkles there, where I've gone back over and torn my paper again. That's all right though, I've fixed it. You can go in, I'm a bit afraid to do this to be honest. You can go in with cling film and squash it down flat. I'm going to try it. You know, the worst that happens is I wreck my decoupage piece, which is a possibility. So just take your cling film, pop it over your piece that you've just decoupaged and flatten it down. Just go fairly gently. But it will get rid of all those wrinkles. I'll do decoupage another day when I'm when the decoupage gods are smiling on me. And pull this off at a very shallow angle like that. And you will see miraculously that all your wrinkles have gone. Wouldn't it be great if you could do that on your face? Cling film your face and rub it, all your wrinkles would go. It'd be brilliant.
Though we wouldn't recommend wrapping your head in cling film.
No, don't do that. Do not do that. So that's really pretty. This one is the pocket, and it's not quite so pretty because of the stamp situation. So I'm just wondering, should I go back in with that over there? I'm not going to get it exactly, am I? So it'll probably make it look worse, but I don't know what to do. I could do it. Let's do it. I mean, the whole thing's not the most perfect piece of work anyway, so let's give it a go, shall we? So that's that. So which one was it anyway? Is it this one? Is that it? No? Yes? I don't know. Oh, it might have been this one. Yeah, it's that one. Right. So I'll stick that on there, but I only really want it to go up to about there. So be aware, this might just absolutely make a hash of the whole thing, even more than it is.
Put a bit of paper over the bit that you definitely don't want.
Oh, I could, yeah, that's clever. That's very clever. I got some. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea, Mr. F. Can I say? Right, so let's just give this a try, and it's definitely not going to be over exactly where it was before. But we'll give it a whirl, eh? I think it's darkened it a little bit. It looks like there's something there. So, yeah, learn from me as you go along, for I have made lots of mistakes today. Right, I'm just going to cut this off. If it was a thicker piece of card or whatever, I'd advise that you get an emery board or something and just sand off the edge, and it'll quickly cut these bits. You'll quickly release those extra bits from around the edge. But ours is going to be folded over anyway, so it doesn't really matter how neat this part of it is. Just a little bit there. And there's nothing on there because we didn't come over the edge. Right, okay. So let's... I mean, when you put them together, despite the calamities that I've had today, they look pretty. Let's just have a mouthful of coffee while I ponder. Right, I'm going to get my scoreboard out now. I was going to fold the top over 1/2 inch, but I didn't follow my own advice. Seems to be a bit of a pattern today. And I've gone right up to the top with the decoupage. So I'm not going to fold that top in. I love this pink here anyway, but I am going to fold the other 3 sides in. So I'll just get my bone folder. I don't know where it is.
Corinne's just popped in on a lunch break.
Hi, Corinne!
So she'll watch later. It's looking good.
Wait till you see it later. Wait till you see all the mistakes in it. I don't know where my bone folder's gone now. I don't know. Can I use this? Will this work? Yeah, I think so. So I'm just folding it at 1/2 inch in. And along the bottom, 1/2 inch in, just so as we can get some gussets. This isn't the easiest tool to use. Oh, no, it's all right. And 1/2 inch in on the other side. There we are. Oh, too late. Right, so I'm going to form a gusset. You've seen me do it loads of times. You fold it over there and you fold over the bottom, and where you get this intersection, then you cut it off at an angle. Like that. Right into the corner. Like so. Fold all your, where you've creased, fold them all in, and get your bone folder and squish them in. You're better at this stage to be doing it on this side, doing your burnishing on this side than this side, just in case you catch a bit of your decoupage, which the kind of day I'm having today is very likely for me. And fold that in along the bottom, burnish it in. So there we have our pocket. Looks nice actually. And here we have the page it's going on to. So I'm glad I put that all the way down there. So that's going to go on like that, and then we'll have a pocket to put stuff in. You could put lace along there. You could not use decoupage at all, or stamps, whatever. I'm going to actually go around the outside of this and ink it, because I think it'll look nice. So I'm going to use this one that we used yesterday, which I know you looked the colour up yesterday, but I can't remember what it was. But it is a very nice colour. I think just by inking the edge, it hopefully just bring it all together a little bit. This is a very pretty part of it, I think. But depending on what colours you use, of course, will depend on the colour of your stamps and the colour of your decoupage and everything else. Yeah?
I was just wondering if that pocket needed to go all the way over, because you're kind of losing a lot of that on the...
Yeah, I know, I was just thinking I could probably reposition it. Yeah.
Because most of the Take 5s we're doing aren't
Yeah.
that big.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether I should, as Mr. F's just said, make the pocket sort of stop there. So you've still got this really pretty piece, and I think that's indeed what I will do. And I'll just make this the pocket for whatever Take 5 we do. So I want it to about there. So I'm going to add 1/2 inch on beyond that mark so as I can fold it into a gusset.
Like you, my dear, it's too pretty to stay, isn't it?
Oh, you're so cute. I've lost my mark now. Where is it? There it is. So that's my mark, but I want it 1/2 inch. I want to add on 1/2 inch for my gusset. So I'm just going to do that, and that's where I'm going to cut it. That's where I'm going to fold it. So just cut down that score line. It's easier to see on the back actually. There we are, and just fold it on that score line. Wants to fold that way first. And fold it that way and then fold it back. Cut the corner in again. I think that's a good idea. It's just too pretty to hide that. Put all the work into it and then cover it up. Now the pieces at the top here, these pieces that stick out, if you put them in like that, you'll still see them, and they can sometimes look a bit ugly. So just cut those off at an angle away from the crease mark that you've got, and then you won't see them from the top and they'll look prettier. So here's my page. Here's my new pocket. Yeah, that looks so much prettier, doesn't it? We've still got room to put stuff in there. Yeah. So I'm going to ink round this fellow as well. So I'm sorry that today's live has not been faultless. It's been anything but. But I hope you can learn by what I've done wrong and take heart that some days you just get days that you just can't. So don't worry about it. So I'm going to stick that onto there. I do like that. I love this little assemblage there. Right, so get the glue out. I'm just actually going to hold my ruler on a straight line because you know that I can't see straight. So that's 5/8 there, which I think will be fine. A little bit along maybe there, yeah. So I'm going to, I've marked my ruler sitting on the 5/8 of an inch line there from the bottom. And just a bit of glue on here. If you want to, when this is bone dry, and I mean bone dry, you can go over it with a piece of very fine sandpaper and just knock that sort of decoupage feeling that it has off. Maybe a little bit that way. So I'm just going to butt it up to that ruler, and then I know it's straight. Isn't it? I think it's a shadow on the thing. That's 5/8, 5/8, 5/8. Maybe a touch. touch. That's a good thing about collall. You do get time to move things. But that's definitely straight according to my ruler. And I think it just doesn't look straight. That's straight up there. No. Just going to pull it that way a little bit. Yeah, that looks straighter. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you really just have to do things by eye. So there we are. There we have it. Ready now to stick in our page. Well, we need a date on it, don't we? And I'm going to use... I ordered something from Craft Stash over Christmas time, New Year time. And whatever you ordered, you got a free stamp. And this was my free stamp. It's a Phil Martin's one, Sentimentally Yours. This is not a toy. So if you had any ideas of playing with it, don't. And it's got these numbers here. It's also got with sympathy, which kind of goes with my efforts today. But I'm not going to stick the with sympathy on. Oh no. I'm just going to go for these numbers.
People say they like when things go wrong because they can see how to put them right.
There's always a way to put things right. And trust me, if you watch me long enough, you'll see how to put virtually everything right. Yeah. Because I do make mistakes. We all make mistakes. You know, it's the way it is. So, you know, you try things, it's not right, so you don't try that way again.
Nothing's airbrushed as much as it may need it on occasion.
Nothing is airbrushed with us, no. What date did I say? 7th?
7th, still.
Still the 7th. So I could put it down there. So I'll just put a 7 on, or 7-1. 21. Yeah, I might put 7-1, 21. Oh no, I can't get them all on one thing then because I need to use the 1 twice. If I had a stamping platform, I could do that. I'm just going to have to put the 7 on, I'm afraid.
Queen's lunch is over.
Oh, well, you've seen all you need to see, really, I think, my love. I need a stamping block. I'm afraid of stamping now. So let's put that on there. Let's ink it up. Shall we ink it up with that same dark colour or something even? No, I'm going to use the same one. You might not see it too well, but it'll be all right. I'm going to stamp this off onto something first. Somebody told me to do that with new stamps. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but... God, it's really juicy, this blinking pad.
Juicy.
It's juicy. So, I'm going to put it there. I hope that's straight. If it's not, it's too late. Yeah, it looks straightish to me. What do you think? Looks all right.
You could go around it with a fine liner if you wanted to make it stand out.
Yeah, you could, Mr. F. You're full of it today, aren't you? Absolutely full of it. Good ideas. You could go around it with a fine liner. Honestly, you can tell he hasn't done his take 5 for a while. The ideas are just bursting out of him. How does this go? Like that. Right.
2 in a day.
2 in a day.
What a red letter day it is today.
It is.
I'm going to lie down now.
Yeah, in a darkened room. Take of the salt. Right, okay. So I've got my number. I've got my pocket. I love this bit here. Actually, this bit here, I like it as well, to be honest. So we're on a winner, really. Get my book out. Let's put my glass mat away.
Yeah, I'll give it a clean.
Oh, wow. Thank you. It's quite heavy. Make sure you've got... That's it. So let's find the appropriate day, which is here. Oh, look, it coordinates. I can't wait to see what you do with this, because I really do appreciate, and I'm sorry that the instruction today has been pretty poor. But in 31 days, I've got to have some rubbish ones. Yeah, it's going to go there. I think that number still isn't dry. I'm going to give it a little toot. I quite like Mr. F's idea, he's out of the room now, of going around with a fine liner. I might do that. I think that's dry. So, bit of glue. I can hear him scrubbing away at my glass mat, which has got stuff on it from donkeys ago, so it'll be well stuck on, I imagine. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today anyway. It's been a laugh if nothing else. And I can't wait to see what you do with it. I really can't. I mean, the prompt is decoupage, so just go from that, I would say. So let's put that there. Is that about right? Yes, 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 yes. Well, that fits, so that's something. Okay. Cloth. It does buckle the paper a bit, all this watery stuff that you put on it, but it'll, will come to its senses eventually. I've got a bit here that's a bit buckled, but I am stronger than it. So there we go. I'll leave that for a while. Might need a bit more glue pushed into it, but I think we're not too bad. I'm going to get a fine liner and chance my arm going round there. Fine liners. What's that, 1.2? Yeah, that'll probably do. Let's just check it works. Yeah. There we are. Works a charm. I'll show you in a sec. So there we go. There's our page today. I hope you like it. I like it actually. Despite, I mean, here, was that where the repair was? That's where the repair was. But you absolutely cannot tell. Have a good close look. You just can't see it. And the stamps behind really do add a lot to it. Wow, look at that glass board. It's immaculate. Thank you. Look at that. Ooh, shiny and everything. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's it for today. I can't tell you anything else. I don't know if I've told you anything anyway, but I hope you enjoy playing with that and have some fun with it. It's a nice, using the stamps, using the mottled background, and then using the decoupage, I think gives you a really nice effect. I'm not saying that this is pristine, but I do like it. So I shall see you again tomorrow. Same time, same place, but on day number 8. And there's no hints today what it's going to be, because I haven't decided yet. So we'll see what excitement tomorrow brings. We've got loads of good ones left. Loads. So let's see what tomorrow brings. I hope you have a nice, peaceful rest of your day. I hope you do some crafting and share it on the Junk Journal group, which is Miss Paintalot's Junk Journal group on Facebook. If you're not a member, pop on, and we'd love to have you there. Everybody at the moment is sharing their versions of what I'm doing in my January daily. So it's a really exciting, dynamic group at the minute, actually. So I'll see you soon. Take care. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye. Say bye to Lorna.
Bye, Lorna.
Better late than never.
Better late than never, but you are on the naughty step. Bye.
Bye. See you tomorrow. Take care.
Bye, Julie. Bye, Jean.
Bye. Enjoy your birthdays, ladies.
Yeah. Hi, Megan. Bye, Megan.